happy to try and answer. Just for your information, I've been told there's 300 of these recordings on Facebook and on YouTube. I mean, it's like a reference library of Rudy's meditation practice. And, you can go there. It doesn't cost anything. And you can go there and really listen to these talks. Does anyone have a question?
Is Kundalini the same thing as your soul?
Kundalini is, no, Kundalini is not the soul. Kundalini is just a tool inside a human being. And it's kind of like a rocket ship that will take you right into the cosmos to connect with the soul of the universe. Your soul will connect with the soul of the universe. But Kundalini is just part of the process of the soul awakening and really connecting with higher energy in the universe. Without the activation of Kundalini, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I know in this meditation practice, it's really it's really essential in the evolution of the soul, the marriage of the human soul with the universal soul, the development of consciousness inside, tapping what's infinite in the universe. It's all part of the process of Kundalini. And our job is to get strong enough to activate the Kundalini and to have the strength inside ourselves to be able to experience the things that Kundalini will bring. So Kundalini is not the soul. Kundalini is pathway to enlightenment. And it's just interesting how all of these chakras are not located somewhere on some cosmic plane where there's great mystery, and they're all inside every human being. And and it's just a matter of us developing a system that refines the chakras, that opens them, that strengthens them, so that, every part of, life is touched. I mean, it's a very holistic approach to inner work, because, the mind has to be quiet, the throat has to be quiet, the heart has to be open. We have to be balanced inside. Sexual energy has to be used consciously. And then the activation of Kundalini is a byproduct of all of that. The human is transformed into the divine. And what we attain inside ourselves is this remarkable state of inner quiet, nothingness, not, being wrapped up in ego and opinions and right, all that stuff. And we allow higher energy to then guide our lives. So Kundalini isn't the soul. Kundalini is part of the process of the soul of a human being merging with the soul of higher energy, or becoming one with God. Please, everyone, try and sit still. It's, if you move, I'm talking about, I think, really important stuff. And if you're moving and fidgeting, it's disturbing it, and obviously you're not listening. Your attention is somewhere else. So try and sit still. Does anyone else have a question? See, ultimately, this is all about experience. It's not about mental and rational understanding of the cosmos, of chakras, of meditation. There's nothing to do with it. It's all about the development of an inner life so it becomes experiential. It becomes a living energy inside us. And I think that's the key to all of this. So it transcends the rational understanding of the human mind, transcends everything. And it enables us to live our lives in the present, in the moment. And in doing that, we have to have the entire chakra system working, which activates Kundalini, and that's the pathway to God. It's all very simple, it's not a complicated thing, this. It's very, very simple. And what's complicated is the blocks that people create in order to keep from doing it. That's what makes it all complicated. The reality in itself is very simple. Does anyone else have a question you would like to ask? I hope this is clear, because I try to keep this whole teaching in very basic terms, without getting into all these Sanskrit terminologies and mantras and, things that are, that aren't part of our ordinary life in the West, They're not even part of the ordinary life of people that live in India, they're very esoteric things. So I try to keep from really talking about those things and to keep it in terms of what all of us can understand. We all have hearts. And what's the ultimate need of every human being is to be happy, to be full of love, to live a joyous life. That's the ultimate goal of all humanity. And based on the craziness that goes on in the world, you'd never believe it. But the ultimate goal is love. God is love. Happiness is the one thing that just about every human being really wants. Throat, we have to communicate. When our throat is congested, our communication is like static on a radio. When the mind is congested, you understand, there's so much tension that people can barely function during the day. When sexual energy is congested, it's the same thing. There's so much tension. And it's, in most cases, used very badly. And we need balance. And so all of this, what I just described, is the chakra system. And learning to do this meditation in a conscious way develops all of these aspects of our humanity. And then the energy of our humanity activates Kundalini. So the human is transformed into the spiritual. All of this is internal in a human being. And it's amazing. It's truly amazing how we're given this from the day we're born. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
It's 2:00.
Okay. There'll be a class on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. I also would like to thank those of you that make donations and, try to help me financially to continue these classes. And I really appreciate that, that gratitude that comes, for the classes, that comes in that form, so that I can pay the rent and I can, I don't run a business anymore. So I can do all those things. And I'm very grateful to all of you for, showing that level of gratitude and contribution to make these classes possible. So thank you, and God bless you. And also very grateful to see all of you in these classes, here, present, working on yourselves, doing inner work, which inspires me and demands of me to go very deep in my work so that the work doesn't get stagnant and, and it really continues to grow and continues to get all of us closer to the one goal, which is to be a one with God, to be happy people, one with God, living in this world. And ultimately leaving this world and embracing higher energy, that the soul moves on and discovers what is the next journey. The next journey, the next journey, the next adventure. So God bless you all. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in meditation, on Tuesday. And have a wonderful evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Bless you and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God bless you too.